So with no one else to turn to, Sony used their experience while working with Nintendo to make their own dedicated gaming console and enter the gaming market. A gutsy move considering they were new to this, but a strong first impression ended up making Sony's first console, simply the PlayStation, the best-selling console of its generation. Sony's experience really shines through here. From the usage of CDs to play games, to the design of the controller that would be used here. In fact, looking at the original PlayStation controller seems to indicate that they took some inspiration when it came to working with the SNES controller, as the layouts are very similar save for the added grips at the bottom, as well as an extra set of shoulder buttons. Soon after, the design would feature dual analog sticks. And after that, each PlayStation console would feature largely the same designs over the years, with only minor touch-ups here and there for the design itself. Microsoft's Xbox and its series of controllers would feature a largely similar design, though this design was arguably more so influenced by the Sega Dreamcast, as Microsoft was working with Sega on that console for a bit, before they themselves entered the console market. Nintendo would ironically be the most drastically different when it came to the controllers that they would use for their consoles. Right after the Super Nintendo Entertainment System was the Nintendo 64. Which, despite its appearance that it may need 3 hands to operate, was more so designed with several options to play with in mind. Then there was the GameCube controller, which appears to resemble the more conventional controllers at first, but noticeably has 2 analog shoulder triggers instead of 4 digital ones. In addition, the design of the right analog stick and D-pads appeared smaller than their competitors, it had no separate select button, and the button layout itself was less symmetrical. Then we'd go back to unconventional with the Wii Remote, where its main focus would be motion controls, whether it be swinging around in a particular fashion or pointing at the screen to aim for something in particular, with a separate nunchuck attachment that had its own motion capabilities, a few extra buttons, and added analog movement with a control stick. Next up is the Wii U's gamepad, which sought to combine a controller with touchscreen functionality, motion controls, touchscreen controls, and a microphone speaker input to boot! Really just continuing the idea from their DS systems, but with motion controls. And the latest is the Nintendo Switch with the twin Joy-Con setup. These little guys return to the motion control idea of the Wii Remote, but with better motion controls on top of new features, such as HD Rumble. Each Joy-Con can also be used individually, or have the two working together in tandem. I should mention that starting with the Wii, Nintendo have been producing gamepads that more so closely resemble the ones you'd see on the Xbox series of consoles, or even PlayStation if you think about it, some of which even carry the features of the main controllers, such as the Switch Pro controller having the motion controls and HD Rumble. Still, not all games will be compatible with these controllers, so it helps to check in advance to see which software these controllers will work with. That's it for this mission. Stay happy, stay safe, and have a nice day. Bye!